Nature's Prophet and Tinker are the heroes to take it late, but the Spectre is shown time and time again to be the counter. He picks up a Yasha. He's going to go Manta style. Like, he doesn't have a whole lot of HP regen at the moment, but if he finishes up a heart after his Manta, I mean, that is...
Yeah, I mean, they can't do it, especially with the Juggernaut. Again, Juggernaut is not the best one roll. You really need a very heavy melee carry like Faceless Void, maybe with some lifesteal or something like that to compete with the late game Spectre. Else his Dispersion will just own you.
He can spin, but then he does a little bit less damage, so
right.
That might cost him.
And Omni Slash really won't do anything. He'll have a Manta style soon. He can just haunt, and the illusions will soak up a lot of damage. Looks like Tinker does have a Ghost Scepter, though, so maybe...
Ooh, G-1 shows up, throws a stun, and actually gets cast on YYF as he spins. Ferrari's going to dagger through, or get daggered, sorry, and Siler's just going to stand on top of him until he dies. Nothing he can do with that. They're going to grab Joe as well, blocking him in, possibly. Oh, Siler actually doesn't have his dagger. The stun gets missed as well. I cannot believe he evaded that gank.
Well, he's still not, I mean, he's still not out of the clear yet. Those gargoyles are looking to stun him right now, and Siler with his dagger, look, that healing ward does not help you when they have so much damage.
Great disruption. Siler in maybe a little bit of trouble, but he does have Aegis if he does go down here. Oh, great Ice Path on a YYF. YYF goes down as well. It doesn't matter. That was G-1 Stolo, basically. Just so able to set up a gank there. Siler shows up, of course. I mean, every kill is theirs.
Oh, G-1 just barely escaping death after that Laguna Blade. Good thing he didn't pop his Ghost Scepter right there. But with this Juggernaut pick, I mean, Healing Ward is great for drawn out long fights, but LGD just has so much burst with Vacuum into Ice Path into Ultimate, and with the Visage Bats, and with Nyx Assassin as well to Haunt, you just can't stay alive. Healing Ward or no Healing Ward, they do not have the HP pool, they do not have the items, they do not have the heroes to stay alive versus LGD's tremendous amount of damage.
They're going high on Blink Dagger on Dark, so he makes it to the wall, but actually only catches one here. Doesn't matter, the supports are so underfarmed. They get blown up off just about anything. And that looks like a possible tier 3 on the bot lane. Rax as well, missiles being casted, he's going to blink back. G-1 would love to reflect that damage, but instead they just have to right click.
I mean, who needs Healing Ward when you have a mech and a pipe this early?
Yeah, 28 minutes. I mean, the combined magic damage coming out of IG is probably equivalent to exactly what the pipe gives anyways. Like, how is Lina going to kill anybody this game?
Yeah, but constant March Spam looks like it will actually defend this Rex. So we see all of LGD's heroes around half HP, but looks like they want to go in.
Vacuum again, as well as the blink. Shiva's guard from the Darkseer. There's that wall. Oh my gosh, Joe is going to get killed immediately. Faith being chased. More mana drain, Dagon. How have they not GG'd yet? Man, this...
I mean, DDC is 11-0-14 as your support Visage. This is just incredible.
Well, they're going to try to finish off the range barracks as well. That's going to be a 2-rack set at 29 minutes. On the bright side for IG, they are trying so hard to try to hold this game together. It's looking very, very bleak, but props to them for playing this one out. Chuan's going to die. YYF's going to get an ulti off that. He got really lucky in those bounces there. Bounced back into the fountain, but, I mean, they just keep throwing their lives away in an attempt to try to hold this game together.
I mean, Ghost Scepter usually helps for physical carries, but especially with this build of Spectre, with having the Radiance, I mean, he still takes a lot of damage even through Ghost Scepter. Haunt or, I mean, during Haunt, Ghost Scepter or not, he is still going to die. He could even get a Diffusal Blade if you want to. That is a natural item build on Siler, but again, they really can't do anything to stop Siler. He's a very nice, has a very nice mix of damage. He has pure damage from his Desolate, pure damage from his Dispersion, magic damage from his Radiance, magic damage from his Dagger, and of course, the tremendous amount of right-click damage too. So again, not any one item will save you from the tremendous damage output from Siler right now.
There's another blink forward. Ice Path, Dual Breath, still in a lot. Great disruption. Joe's still going to get killed. Will Chuan be able to survive? Most likely not. He does go down. Another laser on some illusions. Actually, that was Yao taking a bunch of damage. He's going to be low for a bit, but the glyph is off. Tier 4 tower's going to go down. Good game is finally called. It only took 40 kills, but they finally got them to give up.
42-2 when the GGs were called. 30-minute stomp by LGD. Yeah. And dare I say, they look like the strongest Chinese team right now.
I think they played fantastic, but I really do think this was mostly an outdraft, honestly. Like, the Nyx versus a Tinker, really good matchup for Nyx. He did a gank off on the solo hero. That wasn't a safe tri-lane, so he wasn't covered. Like, they could easily get the kill on the Prophet. The matchup was good. Like, they did really well on the safe lane, or sorry, on the aggressive lane with Darkseer. They did well in the mid lane, and their tri-lane also won. They won all 3 lanes. Like, anybody's going to get stomped when you lose all 3 lanes.
Right. But, I mean, looks like we will have to revise the hexagons. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. We saw all 10 on IG, but we may have to dock a little points from drafting on that. But, again, just incredible play by LGD. Let's see what our analysts have to say.
Well, Blitz, I have never seen IG lose worse, and I have been watching this team for quite a few years. I know God says as well. That was an absolute thrashing, and that's really sort of the beauty and the horror of the best-of-1 format. On the one hand, you come out your LGD, you have a game plan, you're aggressive, a few breaks go your way, like Yao getting that haste through and getting a first blood on Prophet at level 1, something that Darkseer may be able to kill a Nature's Prophet if you dive him with double Ion Shell, but to kill him at level 1, you don't expect that. Xiao 8's movement was fantastic. Everything fell into place for LGD, and then all of a sudden, 42-2. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Yeah, definitely. LGD, they came out early. I mean, they played like they had a chip on their shoulder, you know, having to play through the qualifiers after losing their original spot and saying, you know, we deserve to be there. Absolutely dominating the qualifiers so far, and, I mean, we saw them pick up Spectre really early, actually. In the first 3, that's a hero that we don't actually see.
It's a confident pick because they could have maybe saved it for later, gone for something else. They had a strategy, and they just wanted to go with it.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I'm really surprised that Tinker and Nature's Prophet were the follow-up picks, considering that Spectre does quite well against it. If Nature's Prophet teleports anywhere on the map, all Spectre has to do is haunt, chase after it, and then from there on it's done. And actually, Nyx's also a really good hero against a hero like Tinker, because Tinker works kind of in the same way as Keeper of the Light does, right? Where you just spam out your march,
right,
similar to the way that Wave does. But, I mean, for Nyx, it's a really easy initiation because you just walk in by Carapace, and then you just stop him from doing that.
It felt like the one place where IG probably should have been able to make something happen was that tri lane. They had a really strong aggressive tri and a lot of killing potential, but LGD, I think they were okay with losing that lane as long as they didn't give up too many kills. They played defensively, they didn't get picked off, and then Xiao 8, he's known as Director 8. The name originates from basically people saying that he scripts these epic comebacks where his team, you know, plans to fall behind early and then they make this epic comeback happen. Nowadays, I just think Director 8, when he's at his best, he dictates the tempo of the game, and boy did he ever on that Nyx Assassin mid. You look at this result, well, they lose 1-0 to LGD. Could just say, well, maybe it's an off game. They also lost 2-1 to Tongfu in the Dota 2 Super League. In the space of 6 months prior to that, they were undefeated. And in the space of 5 days, they've lost 2 matches in a row. Kind of harkens back to what happened to IG at the G1 League Season 4. They looked incredibly strong and dominant, went undefeated all the way through the group stages. There was only Asian teams at that event. And they go into the LAN finals, they get 2-0'd by LGD. LGD just crushed them, and it happens again here. The good news for IG is that it's a different format this time around. So sure, they lose this one match, but they'll have a shot to bounce back, to try and recover. But boy, they looked rattled in this game, to be totally honest. And I guess my final point would be, I just thought the solos for LGD really dominated. Yao and Xiao 8. It's not often you see IG just get crushed in the lanes with their solo players like that.
Yeah, definitely. And Yao actually picked up the haste rune really early. That was so fortuitous, and then from there, you know, that's a lane that needs to be even from the beginning for Nature's Prophet to be able to do anything.
Right.
Without Darkseer just creep skipping. But once you pick up that first kill, you get a kill off the bat, and then on top of that, the Nature's Prophet, you know, you just start so far behind, you're able to push out the lane early, and then from there, things just completely snowball. And that's a completely lost lane from the get-go. And how does the tri-lane from top rotate down?
Yeah, what can they do? I mean,
exactly.
It's a juggernaut there. You need your supports there. Sure, maybe he gets a level or two, but you're against a Spectre. You can't just let him free farm.
100% true. So it was really imperative that Zhao was able to get a good start there, and he didn't. I mean, giving up that first kill, not a whole lot you could do in a situation like that. I mean, how can you scout out that...
that was a little bit unlucky, but I just felt like, aside from that, LGD just had the better movements. I mean, they played the tri-lane better because their job was just to hang on and not die, and maybe get Spectre some farm. They weren't really expected to win that lane. It was the 2 solos where you look at the Nyx Assassin and the Darkseer. Both of those matchups seem pretty favorable. Mana Burn just ruins Tinker. I thought 430 did okay given the matchup. I thought Yao just crushed his lane more than you would expect because of the haste rune. Of course, that comes into play, but their 2 solos won their matchups convincingly, and then they just rolled the game from there. And I mean, it was a game where Spectre went for Radiant. Spectre actually has a 38% win rate when he goes Radiant, but he could have gone for whatever he wanted to with that kind of a start. So, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our 3rd match of the evening for the main event. It's now IG who drop 0-1. Every team has played a single set. We do have 3 more matches coming up for you later today. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have more G1 League Season 5 LAN Finals action headed your way. Stay tuned.
Siren rises from the deeps. No Slytherin may fail. Sweet dreams. The song of war commences. From this sleep you will not wake.
Your priestess has arrived. The stars are in alignment, and our victory is certain. We ride. Stars, rain down upon mine enemy! Your hopes fade tonight. Stars, take me!
So begins the reign of pain. That was the sound of your death. That's why I'm queen and you are nothing.
God Knight at your service. The time has come. This is going to be absurd.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your G1 League LAN final action. This is Alliance versus Team Liquid, match number 4 I believe. Yes, match number 4 of the insane group stage. I don't even know how to call it. This is going to be Alliance's second game and Team Liquid's second game as well. Alliance looking on par, looking really good so far. Team Liquid not so much. I'm Luminous, this is Aoi, and we're going to be hopefully casting this one for the first time. They're going to see your t-shirt too.
Yeah,
because you've been wearing it 2 days, and then now people understand. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's actually jump in the game here. The pick and ban already starting here. Lifestealer and Clockwork going to be opening ban for Alliance, respecting a little bit of here from Boba's Clock. And Team Liquid's going to be banning out the Lone Druid, not Batrider, not Wisp, and one of these is going to go through. And
yeah,
that's for bad guys.
Team Liquid's really comfortable playing against Batrider though. They give it up a lot in most of their matches actually.
I mean, I'm actually hoping that S4 picks up a bat and then we see a Slark counter pick, because that's kind of their usual thing against it. What's your thought about the whole Slark thing?
I think Batrider still wins the lane, except Slark can kill him if he gets a TP in from the support, which can happen pretty frequently. I think Alliance will be sort of prepared for that. What you want to do is, if you're facing him, if you want to put the Slark in a 1v1 in short lane, you just have to pick aggressive tri lane strong enough that their support can't TP up to help.
Okay, so making sure that the supports can roam freely all over the map. And we'll see how Team Liquid actually adjusts. So far, Slark, I mean, he's doing okay against Batrider, but he hasn't really proved that it's a lopsided matchup. And like you said, Slark without help doesn't beat Batrider solo. So I guess the cool thing about Slark versus Batrider is that once Slark gets level 6, he's almost unkillable.
Yeah, he's pretty much unkillable before that. Dark Pack removes all the sticky charges, and it's hard for Batrider to really man up on you. However, if you sort of skip Firefly, you can go Sticky and
Flame Break.
You can trade pretty favorable in lane. If he ever gets close to you, you can just cast Flame Break on top of yourself with sort of 0 cast delay, and then it'll push him away from you, sticking him right away, so it's hard for him to turn away from you or turn back towards you to hit you again. So Batrider, I still think he wins that. You also, Slark can't really deny you, he has very low base damage, and you should be able to get a lot more denies on him.
Okay, so we'll see even Slark is even picked up. We've been kind of talking about a lot of Slark. And Team Liquid might not even resort to picking up that hero. But for now, Nyx Assassin Gyrocopter is going to be the opening 2 pick. TC's been playing a ton of Gyro, and I feel like he has really a deep understanding of the hero, and he usually play it very well. But Chen and Nature's Prophet is going to be the Lion's pick, and I don't think we're going to see any. Normally when you see a Batrider, you're going to have a debate of whether it's going to be a jungle bat, whether it's going to be a long lane bat. But for Lions, I only see them run the solo mid. So Chen and jungle, Nature's Prophet is going to be handled by Emerald Bulldog. Last but not least, Batrider being handled by S4. So Alliance, really standard draft. Boba's going to be playing Darkseer in this game. No Clockwork for him.
This actually might be a Darkseer middle. I think it has the lookings of that. They might try to get a 1v1 versus the Furion with the Gyro, and then you put Darkseer mid against Batrider, because Darkseer farms, Batrider can't really kill him.
Okay.
So I don't know really, because sometimes you don't really like aggressiving versus Chen, but Chen isn't an enchantress, so you can still aggressive versus that hero, even if you can't really get killed in the lane. If Chen dedicates a lot of time to stopping your tri lane, the Chen becomes really underfarmed, and Chen isn't a hero that can survive without items. He really needs like a mech and then a start of an item like a Vlad's or a start of an Aghanim Scepter or Arcane Boots.
Okay, so assume that we're gonna see the Slark. You're talking about how the Alliance needs to have some sort of aggressive supports.
I don't think they'll go for a Slark here anymore. I mean, their other option is that they put a different mid or even Gyro mid. They sack the Darkseer and they put a tri-lane top because they don't want to contest that Chen. Nyx is a bit weak in lane for that as well. So that wouldn't be a bad option for that.
Doom Ben, is Alliance been playing Doom lately? I haven't seen it myself.
Yeah, they run a really nice pocket strat with Doom with Chen and Nature's Prophet. You get early auras on him like a Vlad's, a Mech, or Atos, something like that, and you just
go big push.
Yeah, you just push. It's really hard to stop with the Chen creeps or Furon creeps, and Doom. It's very hard to walk up to nuke the creeps out against a Doom
because he just dooms you.
Yeah, he dooms you. Big assault, and same with Batrider, right? Like Batrider is a hero where you either commit to defending a tower or you can't defend a tower because there's always that threat of that blink in, grapple, grip, or even like a flame break out of position. That's really what makes Batrider such a strong hero. On top of the fact that he's a super strong laner, he's good at finding picks. He's also really good at not really pushing, but sort of allowing pushes to happen, and also for defending pushes.
Well, here we go. The Slark is being panned out here, so we're seeing everything in terms of this drafting phase. So, yeah, then it goes